Dr. J, I understand you are actually talking about different hats you're wearing. One of the important ones is actually you're still a global MBA ambassador. That must be quite something, responsibilities-wise, not to mention pressure. How do you handle it, and how do you actually, carry out your missions?
Well, it's not something that I signed up for after I finished playing. I just left the game, and I had a few personal projects that I wanted to take care of. And a lot of them were not basketball related. But as it turns out, it's sort of like the Godfather movie. The more you try to get out, the more they keep you in.
Yes.
And it's
You
been
cannot
great.
really get out.
It's been great. I mean, I never planned on, having basketball in my life forever and a day. So I do have a business that has nothing to do with basketball, but basketball is always lingering in there. And I think the body of work is the reason. The phone rings if you leave on good terms, where you just kind of decide, okay, it's time for me to leave. This has been great. I'm going to announce my retirement. I had a great farewell tour back in 1987, and I wasn't depending on the game to support my lifestyle, but it's come in very handy.
What kind of suggestions or advice would you give the Chinese youngsters who are really vying for a presence perhaps down the line in the NBA, and they're trying so hard? What kind of advice can you share with them, if you will?
The same thing applies for the South Americans, the Europeans, the people in Canada, the people in the United States. And if you have a dream that you want to be an NBA player, recognize that there is a process involved. It's not something that you could have 100% control over if you decide that's what you want to do. What you can decide to do is try and be the best athlete that you can, the best player that you can, the best person that you can be, and then create statistics and create a body of work by playing that makes you get noticed enough to be in the draft, or to be able to go into the free agent camps, and to try out and establish yourself with a team so that you can represent yourself and represent your family and represent your country. So when you have youngsters with all of this potential, the potential needs to be made into something real and more than potential, because nobody gets, selected and sticks because they have great potential. They get selected and they stick because they show potential and then they perform. They have to perform.
NBA is going on, heating up so much, and Western Conference, Eastern Conference, they're all down to the wire. Your pick on that, and of course down the line, who might really lift the trophy and laughs last.
Well, the winner will laugh. But I know that China's very partial to the Houston Rockets, because that was Yao Ming's team.
That's right.
And he did very well when he was with them as well. So I know they're partial to them. I think the series with the Warriors is very unpredictable, because the Warriors have been the best team in the league all year long. So they have to be decided favorites. But Houston has shown something in the last couple of weeks and in the Clippers series that they didn't show in the previous series or during the regular season. They have this extra gear, and they have guys who come off the bench who are change agents who just made a difference in terms of being down by 19 points and coming back and winning the game going away. So they're always going to believe that no matter what the score is and what's happening on the court with the referees or what's happening with the other team, that at the end we can win because they have shown that they can do that. So I wouldn't count them out, but I would still think that the Warriors are the team that's favored out west. And when it comes to the East, Atlanta's going into uncharted territory. They haven't been there before. They have very few, if any, players who have been in the conference finals or in the championship series. So that's going to be a little bit of a disadvantage to them, because with LeBron, he's been through it multiple times. And he's going to have a great influence on his supporting cast. But I think players 1 through 8 with Atlanta are better than Cleveland's 1 through 8 at this time. So if things go as they normally should, based on player talent 1 through 8 and the ability of those players to come through, then Atlanta should beat Cleveland. So you're probably going to see Golden State and Atlanta in the finals. Now you have to understand, I don't get paid to predict.
Well, we haven't done that yet.
So I don't get paid to predict, but I am entitled to my opinion.
Well, we thank you very much indeed for your input, Doctor. Really appreciate it.